go ahead. What did you say? You've been off of Twitter for 2 days.
No, it doesn't work like that. It's not candid.
It doesn't have to be candid. Fucking tell me what you just said.
It wasn't smart. It was just complaining about Twitter.
I know, and it was funny.
It's not smart.
And I
it's the
missed it.
opposite.
Okay, but it wasn't.
I will beat you up, first of all.
All right, so she hasn't. No, stop. So you weren't on it for 2 days, and what happened?
I wasn't on Twitter for like 2 days, and I log on, and I see everybody posting how monkeys, Redditors, and GameStop work together to crash the economy, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm very entertained.
Right, exactly. So now, Jimmy, how did it happen?
Now let me explain the science behind this. So, the way that the stock exchange works is it's basically money that doesn't exist yet is basically put into an algorithm that calculates how much money will be made. It calculates growth, which is why there's economic booms when the calculation is correct, and there's depressions when the calculation is wrong.
Right.
Hi, Molly, you're very helpful.
She's not. Go on.
She is. So, what happened was with GameStop, there's this thing, I don't remember what it's called, but basically it's a fund where you basically borrow a stock. Let's say
Is this
I
what
have
those
a
hedge funds are?
hedge fund, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Let's say I own a stock.
Uh-huh.
You ask to borrow it.
Uh-huh.
I give it to you, but you have to pay me back the value of the stock at the time you borrowed it. Let's say it's $10 in Molly coin.
Okay.
Right? So I give you one stock of Molly coin, which is worth $10.
Okay.
You sell that stock for $15,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And now you have to come back and you give me the $10 that you owed me. You made a $5 profit.
Gotcha.
Now the problem with these funds is that it relies on the suffering of a majority of the population, and it's terrible.
Right.
Right? So,
This is where Marxism comes in. Okay.
well,
No,
that's
come on,
for
stop.
later.
I want to hear the rest of it. I'm
So
listening.
what happened is people found out about these funds,
Yeah.
and they realized how trivially easy it would be to absolutely screw with the entire U.S. economy, because that calculation is not perfect.
Right.
So what happened was some guy on Reddit did the math, and
Uh-huh.
he decided that if you put a certain amount of money in a quick amount of time into
Uh-huh.
GameStop, you would literally crash the U.S. economy temporarily. And if you did it with that and AMC, it would actually destroy it almost permanently.
Right.
And Reddit, I hate it. It is garbage, but they actually did it.
Okay.
I don't know how.
You know what you should read about? Because this is
can't
very
read it.
similar to...
That was a big ask of you.
I can't read.
I could read theory if I wanted to, but I'm like really pretty and I don't want to.
Oh my god, I can't. Okay. You need to, it's kind of the same thing but different. It's kind of like, a way of scamming the system and making a lot of money. I think his name is Crazy Eddie.
That sounds really boring.
Do you know who Crazy Eddie is?
Sounds
Have you
like
ever heard
be
of
a
him?
professional in the U.S. economy.
Maybe.
You need to look up Crazy Eddie.
All right, I'll look up Crazy
He owned an
Eddie.
electronics store that was failing. Nobody ever went. It made no money yet. What? Okay.
Oh,
I would rather, instead of watching a movie that mentions Crazy Eddie, I would rather they actually just research Crazy Eddie. His business in selling electronics, he had stores everywhere. He had commercials on literally 100 times throughout the day. That's not how he made his money. He made it by doing exactly what you were saying.
That's really funny.
So read about it. He was brilliant. He's in jail now, right? Or did he die?
Died in jail.
Maybe.
He's got to be dead by now.
Said
Anyway.
1971. It's a long ass. I don't know. You're old.
Old.
Crazy Eddie was around. Wait,
No,
it
you
started,
didn't
maybe
even- you-
started in 71, but I remember the
You
video.
didn't even let me finish my story.
Okay, so go on, finish your
Okay.
story.
So this one guy and the whatever fund, what's it called again?
Hedge fund.
Hedge fund. This guy had a hedge fund, and he put $1 billion worth of hedge fund money into GameStop.
Okay.
He was trying to sell it back.
Mhm.
Why? I don't know. It was already a bad investment.
Right.
And everybody decided that they hated this one guy so much that they just wanted to destroy his life. And what they did with the GameStop, they invested so much money so quickly, individually, buying so little stock individually, but it piled up.
It went from $14 to
I
$800.
know.
I know the calculation couldn't jump that much that
Right.
quickly. So the guy, the hedge fund guy,
Uh-huh.
lost, and I'm not making this number up, $13 billion That's not a made up number. He lost $13 billion. He invested $1 billion and lost $13 billion. That's why currently the market is crashing, because one guy lost $13 billion of money that technically shouldn't exist, which is why the algorithm completely crashed and isn't working right now.
So now is GameStop.
GameStop has entered like the elite levels of like companies.
GameStop
like,
is up there with Amazon right now. And
Yeah.
keep in mind,
I know, that's what I'm saying. When I saw that today, everyone's like, I wish
I know,
I
I kept seeing news
invested.
about it.
And I'm looking at it going, wish you invested? That's a fucking scam.
Dude,
These people are
dude,
going
One of the
down.
guys who invested bought a house, and I'm like,
No.
first of all, that house is going to be gone.
No,
but
because
second of
They're-
all,
This is like,
No.
it may look
Here's
good
the-
today, but give it a few
No.
days.
Here's the thing. If you bought it at the beginning of this and you sell it now,
Immediately.
you make so much money.
Right?
And this
Like,
is what,
unload it
this is
right
what,
now.
This is what Mike is doing. He bought one of the stocks
Mhm.
in AMC, which is the second group that they're trying to because if they already did GameStop, which temporarily destroyed the U.S. stock exchange, but if they do it with AMC too, it could potentially permanently do it, which is what people are doing. Mike bought it in AMC, and currently, as of yesterday, he was down $1.
Mhm.
But as of today, I'm not sure. He could either be up or down hundreds of dollars, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, I
being
can't.
like 14 years old and crippling debt from the stocks, that's got to be rough.
You know, Mike has a $2,000 Fortnite account. You think he's gonna have a difficult time? He can figure it out.
He streams with Ninja to get out of his debt. Why? He can become an e-girl.